We are now going to take a look at creating reusable outlines using the Scan to Cut Data feature. So this is the shape that I'm going to scan through and create a cutting line from. I'm going to bring in my scanning mat at this point. This is a non-adhesive mat with a white background and a clear overlay that we use specifically for scanning. When you get yours, it will have a blue strip across, which you will need to remove. And then when you get it, do have a look as well, because there are markings up the side and along the bottom that are a good handy reference for getting a good result. There are letters down the side, and these correlate to this table over on the bottom right. And this is talking about the different sizes of things we might scan with our Scan and Cut. The clear overlay is there to keep things in place while they're going through the scanner. So if we have uneven objects or found objects, we can keep them in place and still create cutting files from them. I position my shape underneath the underneath the clear overlay, as you can see here, and I often put it just a little bit in from the edges. It doesn't need to be up against the edge. Sometimes that will cause you issues. And I'm going to position that into my machine underneath the rollers and then press the Load Mat button. Now I'll tap on Scan and then Scan to Cut Data. We have the same options as we had for Direct Cut, so if they're more appropriate for your task, you can use those. For me though, I'm going to send it through on the black and white recognition mode. Do bear in mind also that on some models you have a 12 by 24 scanning area, so if you have an appropriate mat, you can scan even larger objects. Once the scanning has been completed, the recognition process will begin. Once it has finished, it will present on screen what it has been able to see, and you will then be given three options to create the cutting outline with. I'll select the Outline Only mode, which is the top icon, and then again, as I did with the Direct Cut, I will isolate that image as much as possible, as I don't want any other things getting into that scan. I can now click on Preview, and that will confirm any changes or adjustments that I have made, show me the outline that it's going to be able to cut in the future, and then I'm able to tap on Save. Again, depending on the model of machine you have, there will be various options. You can save to the machine, to a USB, to your computer, or to Canvas Workspace. I'll save it to the machine, and the machine gives it a number. Please bear in mind you can change these in your computer but not in the machine at this time. If you want to save alternative versions using any of the other options on Scan to Cut Data, you can do so before ejecting your mat. And there we go, nice and simple. So now you can get good use out of that creative feature.